Lights are on. I was in studio mode, which I've never used
Oh,
before,
here we go. I
thinking
love
it'd be a good idea,
we
and
have.
then it wasn't.
All right, all good. Power's back on.
Power's out. Yeah, sorry, I had to plug in my home. It was unplugged.
Oh shit. I mean, oh shoot. Plug that back in. All right, so we are have a great stream for you guys tonight. We're gonna do some KS2 revamp paints. Hamster's gonna go ahead and go through all of that. What I understand is that they are printed in the same dwarvenite gray that most pieces are, and that's what happened with that Kickstarter. Yeah, for all the pieces.
Sorry, I was looking at volume stuff.
Oh, okay. Um, no worries. So we're revamping Caverns Deep Kickstarter 2. No,
Yes,
no,
yes.
yeah,
So
okay,
we,
yeah,
we
yeah,
did
yeah.
this. We did this with the standard caverns paint from Caverns Deep, and so now we're doing the same magic on the ice caverns.
Woo. And then a little bit of news before we jump into the action. We have the paint strike tonight. Thank you for coming and like welcome to the Hamster Dance family. And then Sunday, Stefan's actually running a game over at Lost Odyssey, which is a really great company. They have a lot of great benefits. You should check them out. His game is running from 9 to 12 like p.m. Eastern time. So go ahead and check that out if you want to see Stefan run a game. And then on Monday, I'm not going to be on stream for like the first time in a long time because they're going to be building the build of the month, the encounter actually hamster that you and I are going to be playing in on the
Oh
game.
my gosh!
I know, I'm so excited, but like I'm not allowed to watch and I'm not going to be there. But tune in because Selena's great. She's super funny. And then she's going to be helping Nate light and build the actual set for the next game for build of the month. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern on Monday. And then we have the game that we're going to be playing that terrain out on the following Monday on the 18th. I think that's going to be around 6 or 7, but we haven't nailed down a time yet. So in that frame, and then we just like want to give a shout out to other Kickstarters going on because that's kind of like how we have been able to like continue as a company is through Kickstarter. So other people that we think are really cool includes Wormwood. They are actually doing a dice Kickstarter right now. They have 5 days left and they've already passed $1 million. They have some pretty cool designs there, and I highly recommend checking them out. Very quality wood builds. And then we have Steamforge. I don't even know if you know this, but they have a Resident Evil 3 board game that they came out with.
Oh, Steamforge? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like had no idea. I
Yeah, it's
love
pretty cool
that
looking.
game so much. And the fact that they like made it a board game, I don't know, it seems insane. They have 4 days left on that, so get it while you can. And that I'll post the link in the chat. And then besides that, a lot of people always ask like, how can we stay up to date? When are you going to announce the next Kickstarter date? And that's a great question. We don't know, but the best way to find out is by actually joining our Wildlands kind of promotional email page. It's just going to give you the most current info and it's going to tell you everything that we know as soon as we pretty much know it. But I will go ahead and post that in chat as well. And join our Facebook page if you like. We're doing a giveaway over there once we get to 1,000. We are currently at, let me see, 971. And then
Oh
once we
my
reach 1,000,
gosh!
we're doing a Dread Hollow Forest prototype signed piece. And then you can come hang out with Hammy's there. I'm there. We're just chilling like villains.
I want
Uh,
that. Can I get a signed Red Hollow piece?
no, absolutely not. Get
What?
back to work.
Okay,
And then
that's
if you
fair.
don't like Facebook, which like fair, who does? Go ahead and join the Discord, join our Twitter, join like any other social media, and you might find the giveaway we're currently doing on all of them. It's ending next Thursday, and it is a castle build giveaway. So send us a photo of a build of your castle, and you might win a little postern gate. You might win a little prize. So check it out on social. And I think that's actually all I have. Oh, the pre-order is also live. Don't forget to like we have heard a lot of things about people wanting to be able to actually pre-order sets and not just keep waiting for it while it's sold out or like being restocked. And now it's if you pre-order, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to get that piece. You put a small deposit down, and then you're like, okay, as soon as it's ready, pay the rest of it, you get that piece. So we're trying it out. We've had a few comments that we should try it. So let us know what you think. Also, go and try it. If you're new, it's a great place to start. And if you're old, then like respect to elders, you know? Soon we're gonna have our Caverns Deep tote bag also in stores. So I don't know. That's actually all I have for the news. Hamster, go
That was
ahead
a
and take
lot.
it away.
Like that was a heck of a lot of news. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I can take one huge breath and then just like I'm Energizer Bunny. It's all good.
Cool. Well, thanks for being here, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that we got Mace's face on here because that was most of my testing, our testing yesterday.
Yeah, it
Was
was
working that out.
actually that test turned out pretty fun. It turns out people would listen to us talk about sandwiches
Yeah.
for
We were over on Mojo Hamster and there was like 10 people just like, huh, sandwich talk. All right.
I'm hearing that you're pretty quiet compared to me, which is common. I will turn down my microphone again, and then if you want to boost your own audio levels. All right, so while we're filling this silence, anybody in the chat, you know, having a good day? Anything special going on? Any birthdays? We actually, today is Michelle, one of our sculptors' birthday. She's very good at doing the fine details. I think she goes by Lady Sabelle, but oh, testing.
Something.
Okay.
Anything.
Just work. So happy birthday, Lady Sabelle. And I made my bed today so that you guys stop
Nice.
commenting on that. Three people came to your freaking like live stream and all of them were like, "Oh, it's disheveled over there." Like, nah, screw you. It's fine. Oh, I got quiet. I'm also yelling, so it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll turn my volumes up. No worries. Oh,
Uh the uh the challenges of this whole ordeal. Blast the audio. Literally everything is up a lot, but I don't have
more
a
about
fancy
it.
board like at work.
Yeah. I'm trying. Um. Anyway, why don't you walk us through
Sounds
what's
better?
going?
Okay. I managed to clicky and slidey and it seems like we're good.
Great. Yeah. What's going on
Or
with
we can go
Caverns?
with Cappel's strategy of sign language and interpretive dance. Um
I can sign.
Either way. I cannot, so it's going to be a solo show, but I can do the
I'll translate for you. That's
Okay,
cool.
cool. All right, thanks for the help on that, guys. All right. What are we here for? Painting or something?
I sandwich talk?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sandwich talk. The bigger the better. Am I right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I
If it's a
actually.
slider, the bigger it is, the more disappointed I am.
Oh, that's true. Like you want little mini sliders.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like otherwise it's like just give me the whole like thing.
Right.
If I order miniature food, give it to me mini, man.
About to have hamburgers. Those count, right? Absolutely.
They do.
Okay, so we're painting ice caverns, and guys, literally all I did to match this was watch the lovely Joy of Dwarven Painting video on our YouTube channel that Aaron and Selena made. And that's all you're going to need to know. So we have, for paints, we got basalt blue. We have white. Any white will do. Bubbles blue. The only difference from the video is I'm using Stone Edge dry brush instead of Caverns dry brush because it's mixed into the white just to make it a little muddier than pure white. So you might need to add a little bit more of it, but it's going to give you the same result. So we're going to mix. And I was thinking about this right before we started. it's going to be great if you have a sample, because Aaron and Mace sent me the KS2 ice pieces along with this. And what I notice is when you're watching the video, sometimes your monitor settings, or if you're watching on your phone or something, it plays with the color a little bit. So it's going to be best if you have a sample that you're trying to match. And if you're not, don't be too worried about like holding it up to the screen and like making exactly perfect to that. Just give yourself a standard that's close and just match it to that. Because consistency is the biggest thing. So if you have a factory set of Caverns and you're like, my Caverns looks slightly off from the video, you want it to match a Caverns, right? So use that as a reference more than being exact to the video. But as Aaron says in the video, it's an equal part of all three of the main colors, the bubbles blue, the base up blue, and the white, and half as much base gray. So I don't actually have base gray for the work I'm doing now at home, but I just have a neutral gray. It just means it only includes black and white. There's kind of some blue grays or some red grays. Just stick to classic black and white. So you don't even need base gray. You can just use black and white and mix yourself a basic 50-50 gray.
So on the last stream I did with Aaron, I noticed a lot of differences between you two, and I feel like it's been pointed out as well as far as painting. Have you ever mixed your paints with like the end of your brush, like the wooden part?
I have.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was genius because I saw her do it and I was like, I've never actually done that before.
It's easier when you have it in a container. When I have it on just like a little plate palette, I feel like the bristles mix it better. Like if you kind of have it in like a, you know, something like this, it's going to be easier to mix up with the end of the brush because it collects into like a little pool. But so I kind of use both, but it will destroy your brushes, so use an old brush to mix stuff.
Okay, great. Camera is reversed. What does that mean?
Yeah, so the way it's set up, my camera's going over the desk.
Oh, I see. Corny is backwards. Okay, yeah.
So that, unfortunately, I don't really have it set up to be like nice over the shoulder like we have it at work. It has to come back over this way.
Okay. It'll be fine. You guys don't have to.
But now Picorni is double reversed, so it won't mess with your brains.
All right. So, how do we? You said that the base coat was both gray. It was gray, but you're doing black and white, like purely.
Yeah, I just don't have Picorni gray here, so I just have a basic neutral gray. It's just same as mixing black and white.
Cool.
So it's not like a blue gray or anything, just basic gray. The biggest thing, you're really just kind of darkening the blues, because they're going to be the dominant color anyway. So the gray is like just a touch. It's like salt and pepper in this mix, right? It's mostly getting your bubbles blue and your base all blue ratio good to go.
Now I actually have something I kind of prepared. It's out of screen, but I have my easel up right here.
Oh my god!
And I was like, maybe I'll paint with Hamster, but that might be too distracting if I'm trying to read chat to you, and then you're painting. But it's available.
Look, I'm never gonna deny you the opportunity to paint. I mean, this is the paint strike, and I saw Augustus saying this, like, does that mean he's refusing to paint? And the origin of this name was me just joking to Mace in a chat where I said, so it's like paint strike, but like Power Rangers, like paint attack, like paint strike,
like that.
And I actually like the idea of that itself as literally the title, like, so like it's paint strike, like Power Rangers, and that's the title.
I mean, to be very honest though, just before this we were talking about how, like, I think the name's fine, but it's not like, you know, I don't know if it's the name yet. So if anybody in chat has a suggestion, we'll take it. Maybe. But we can also do like Kung Fu Karate Pink Strike too. Oh, you're frozen. I can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
You're not talking. Okay,
Sorry.
Great. Don't talk to me ever again. All right. Somebody, DMN Game says, I would say Art Attack, but that's trademarked. And it's
Art
also like,
Attack.
maybe we don't want to go with Art Attack. Brush Hour, says Chris. Oh, Paint Strike of Fury. That just adds on more words, which I was thinking, uh, coming out of my cage, and I've been doing Brush Fine, maybe, because you're a hamster. Maybe not.
Brush what?
Brush Fine.
Brush Vine?
Brush Fine. You know, like coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine.
Oh,
Just
I'm sorry.
forget I said anything.
That one was right here. That one was. Apologies.
All right. You have to be at least 2 inches taller to ride the ride anyway. Thank you, Selena. Selena's a champ. I mean, it was a stretch. It's fine. All right. Woot woot, DM Corey. Can I get a woot woot? Hamster?
Woo woo woo.
So delicate. I would like to hear a more robust woot woot.
Woo woo.
That sounds sad.
Wah wah.
Yeah,
What a
chat.
absent chat.
Chat, yeah. All right. Enough frivolity. Let's get into painting.
Yeah, so this is one of those moments where I just kind of mix it together and hope for the best, and I was actually really close to what I was going to. Sometimes you have to go back and forth, but I think this is actually pretty close.
Stellar.
But the best thing to do is to do it on a small patch first and make sure that you have it right, because when you're doing a large number of pieces, you're going to want to make sure your mix is right. The worst thing, and it's happened to me, is when you think it looks right and you paint 5 pieces and you're like, wait a minute, this is a little off. So that's why I'm very grateful for these references here.
Now, what exactly about the references, the original paint scheme, are we kind of trying to help, like, judge?
Biggest thing is the color match.
Okay.
Because they're going to be produced in the color that these are going to be the samples sent to the factory. So they're going to, when they're in the store with the KS2 caverns, ice caverns, they're going to have to match. And also for the levels of dry brushing, the heaviness of the dry brush layer. What's cool about the casting color is it's a nice shadow, and so you can dry brush lighter, and it'll be more kind of shadowy and textury, so you can see kind of on these rocks. But, this piece, there's a little variance among them. And so I'm not matching exactly, I just want to get a nice medium in between. But some of them cover a little more with this blue layer. It's also, when you are matching, you want to get close, but do a certain patch with the next step as well, which is the white, because when you're looking at it, the white layer is going to make it look brighter than just this step. So when you're doing your test patch, do all the steps for yourself, so that you can actually match it and your eye is not playing tricks on you.
So if somebody at home already kind of has their caverns paint and everything, what is one advice that you would give to that person to either match the paint or do the extra steps or the process that you're doing tonight?
If they already have KS2 caverns or the old ones?
I guess both.
If you have KS2 caverns already, you're gonna have a lot of work done for you because you have that reference. You have an exact thing. Any variance, marginal variance that you got with your set, you can match. So, because what you want is on the table, they look like they go together, right? So you have an exact example of what you're trying to match.
Okay, cool.
So that's ideal. If you have old ice, I would try to mix something that's close to the casting color and base coat them. That's probably what I would do. It's going to be hard to just try to slightly adjust the old paint to get it to look... It's best to just start with a clean slate and get it down to the base casting color.
All right, radical. Are we starting with the dry brush here?
So we are, well, technically.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get away with the paint being slightly wet. Kind of a medium dry brush. It's not fully like brushed off, giving you a dusty effect. If you want more control, that is what you want to do, is to really rub off your paint. But sometimes you can leave a little extra paint on and use really light brush pressure, because this first layer is heavy anyway, and there's gonna be another layer on top. So you don't want it to be too streaky, like you don't want a big glob of paint, but you also don't need to like really get it so it's just dusty. This is gonna take a little finessing to get the right brush pressure for this, so if you want to be safe, just go full on dry brush. But for this first layer, you can leave a little extra paint on your brush just so you can get more pieces done quickly.
Already got a comment on my bed, so yes, I did make it. My thing is, I think that as a beginner, I would just definitely start with dry brushing and then build up layers from there. Because I feel like dry brushing is one of the first techniques that, while it's kind of simple and like it's easy to grasp once you get it, it's one of the things that when you start, you're like, how am I supposed to paint with like dry paint? Like you need to kind of understand what you're actually doing with the brush. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's tricky. It's a tricky thing because the thing with true dry brushing, where you're really getting all the paint off, which you do want to do because clumps will hide in your brush, where you think you got most of it off, but then you kind of use a different angle of the brush, and all of a sudden, a huge streak. But the thing is, it can be frustrating at first because the first layer sometimes doesn't look like it does anything. You need a few dry brush layers to really build up, and that is the cool effect of dry brushing, is you can build up and up and up and up and up and do a smaller area and bring out those textures. That's why Dwarven Forge pieces are so awesome, because they're so heavily textured that a relatively simple technique like dry brushing makes you look like a genius painter.
I like, having started recently with miniature painting, dry brushing is more noticeable on a completely blank piece than it is on a piece that you're just highlighting and doing that stuff too. Because that will make a difference in the long run, and it definitely, like, you can see a change in like how dimensional it looks. But I think that on these dungeon gray things, if you start dry brushing it, you're gonna kind of know if you have too much paint, and then if you don't have enough paint, just like assume you have enough. Like, better to assume you have too little paint than to assume you have too much. But what do I know, you know?
Definitely. Yeah, because once you get a streak of paint accidentally, I mean, you basically just have to. It's hard to fix other than by just going back to step one and base coating it again. So better to be safe and build it up.
So I understand you've also kind of worried about how much time this paint scheme's going to take. So, you know, if I'm going to hop in and paint here, and I'm not going to, but I have this canvas option.
Oh,
and then
yeah?
I have this one, and I don't know which one's more appropriate
Look,
for a miniature painting scheme.
Yeah, we work in miniatures. You have to go to the smallest scale,
I
right?
have a small one? Okay. That's fair.
Alright, so again, I'm just throwing some white on the palette here. And some Stone Edge dry brush. You can use Caverns dry brush. It's just to knock down the white from pure white to a more rocky sort of white, give it a little variance.
I'm gonna try and find the actual video of Joy of Dwarven Painting so that I can post that, because I feel like that's gonna be something people can refer to a lot.
It definitely is, and it has some of the best jokes that I've heard.
The jokes in the Joy of Dwarven Painting do actually, like, they make me chuckle. All right, I found it. I'm in. So what have you been doing, Hamster? It's been what, like 8 years since I've seen you? It's been a millennia?
Almost a decade, yeah.
Yeah, you've aged well. You look great. How are
Thank
the
you. You
kids?
as well. Yeah, they're good.
Thanks.
They since I've seen you, they were born, and then they're also well. Yeah,
Great. Little tykes are. We got a girl and a boy, two boys, two girls.
all the above. However, the
That's a
math,
lot of
the
kids.
sum
Wow.
of what you said. Yeah, that's how many kids I have.
Do not envy you. I think you're gonna be a great dad, though.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks.
dungeon decorations? Question mark. Not sure what you mean, Finley. All right. Would it be possible to zoom out the painting camera? Since there aren't miniatures, it would be nice to see hamsters mixing methodology in motion, says DMN Games.
Let's give it a shot.
While you're adjusting, um, Mace, I need Aaron to make a Joy of Dwarven painting video for city pieces, specifically the Tudor house, LOL. I think we definitely have a guide online, and we were having a very silly night when she was doing the stream for it, but there is a stream. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I hear you, Finley. Um, but here's a painting guide, Dent, that might help. So Finley thinks that we could name it. I just lost it. Dungeon decorations.
Oh, the paint stream.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to reconfigure my space so we can see this better because I
Okay.
can't zoom out
You
anymore.
want to tell a story?
That'd be great. Let's have Mace story time.
Once upon a time, there was a very, very, very short man, and he lived in a very, very, very short house. And contrary to many people's beliefs, he actually had the biggest, fattest TV on the entire planet. And he would have all the people of the land come and celebrate Super Bowl Sunday at his fat, stacked out house. And one Sunday, are we good? Can I stop?
No, I think I got to do
Stop.
a little more adjusting.
One Sunday, he decided to go for a dip in the dip bowl, and he found that he lost his chip in the dip bowl. And then on his chip, he found that it was actually a ship for tiny little tiny people. Okay, you're done. You're painting now.
Oh, shame. All right.
Hi, what a shame.
Yeah, so I just had a little tub of Picorni white. This is Stone Edge dry brush. In the video, she used Cavern dry brush. All you're trying to do is knock down your white just a little bit. So I'm not being uh, specific with ratios or anything. She does give you a rough idea in the video, but again, just play around with the ratios and match it on a test patch first. Uh, that's gonna be your best bet.
How has painting been in your quarantine state?
How's painting been?
Yeah, like when you're painting, like miniature painting, or just like, how's it going? Do
I
you?
mean, it's great because my first year and a half of miniature painting money went into miniature painting here at my home, as you can see. So I
Yeah,
was
you're decked
well
out.
prepared with stuff and the space for it. So it actually hasn't been so bad on the painting front.
That ain't bad. Have you done mini painting also? I know that you have like an extensive amount of unpainted miniatures besides just the ones from work. Have
An
you been
obscene
able to?
amount, yeah, an obscene amount.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. An obscene amount. Have you been able to start painting them as well, or?
Yeah, I have. I've done it a little bit. I haven't had quite as much time just because I thankfully got a good batch of stuff for work
Woo.
and uh, spending too much time playing video games as well has stopped me from
Oh,
painting.
what games?
Um, I got beta access to a new multiplayer game called Valorant that I've been playing, And I love a good old story game, but I get really obsessive and competitive in these games, so I end up playing them for hours and hours.
I hear you.
And the
I think
children yell at me, and it gets to me, so I must prove them wrong, you know?
like 13-year-old
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
love that. Yes, you have to. You have to take them down a peg. You have to teach them why they're younger than you. I like I don't know. I'm fairly competitive. No, not at all. But like I do like genuinely miss Warhammer so much and we have to find a way to play that because I need somewhere to get all my anger out on.
Music to my ears. Oh, you you just want to take... Look, I can call you up and you can take your anger out on me in the
No,
same way.
no. Where's the honor in that? I need an honorable
That...
match where I cream you because you suck and I rock and like I just need it to be an honest, good fight.
We'll find a way. So if you want to lose that badly, we can find a way. Um,
Yeah, okay. Um, Dent says we should stop, collaborate, and listen. Selena says Team Mace. Hell yeah.
dang
um,
it!
who does the Reaper Kickstarters? Speaking of obscene amount of unpainted miniatures, do you have any Reaper pieces?
I don't have any Reaper. I did back home in Minnesota, but I don't think I have any here with me. Um, I have a bunch of stuff on Kickstarter, not Reapers, but I wasn't in the world of Kickstarter really until I got to Dwarven Forge, and then of course because of Dwarven Forge, it would suggest all of like the fantasy miniature Kickstarters to me, and
Right.
I spent a year of just like backing so many of them, and now it's like they are starting to arrive, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? You know, I just have piles of stuff.
I'm lucky that we recently, like I think in January, got a shipment of Norse Foundry miniatures. So I still haven't touched them, but like I know where I'm going to go as soon as I can. Finley Shard says he has a few thousand Reaper miniatures to paint. That's obscene, also. Wait, how many would you say you have, Hamster?
When all of my Kickstarters come in, I'm probably gonna have at least like 500.
That's a lot. What are you going to do with all of them?
I don't know. That's I look. I've said it before. Buying miniatures is a completely different hobby from painting and gaming with your miniatures.
Just flexing on how much
It
money you
isn't. No, it is an art. It's not. No, it's not a flex. It's an obsession. It's a sickness.
I don't know. I guess I don't have that, but I did today have to change the address my hellscape is being shipped to my parents' house because I was thinking, like, where am I gonna fit any like a huge box of unpainted lava here? And I was like, oh, my dad likes painting. He might be bored. He could have the box. That's his Father's Day gift now. So is this a dry brush with the white?
Yeah. So you noticed I added kind of an extra layer. I'm putting them side by side, and it's looking pretty good now. But I definitely needed that extra layer of white. So you can go back and you'll have to do this with each piece, and you might have to add extra layers. But it just gives me a sense to just get a patch pretty much completed. Um, just to know that my mixes are right, and it just gives me baseline in my brain to just go forward when you get into like the batch mode, you know.
Yeah. Do you normally just start with the floor and then you do the walls after?
No, I just picked a random patch, and the floors are nice and easy to dry brush quickly. So, but it is a good note on the walls because that is where you will add a little extra white on some of the sharpie bits, the stalactites and stuff.
Mm.
Um,
See, I see.
so now that we've matched this patch, I think we're just good to go. So what we'll do here now is just do step one, which is our blue mix. And DMN, I know you missed that earlier. I literally just dumped in even patches of white, bubbles blue, base all blue, touch of gray, any mix of black and white, 50-50 will do you good in this mix.
You gotta wait.
Stir it apart. Sorry, I live next to a fire station. That's why I'm on push to talk.
Um,
I don't know if you can hear that, but probably.
Till this time. So everybody's rooting for me, it turns out, in our game.
You know, I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I've mostly lost.
it's fine. What is it? Is it 3 to 4 or like 3 out of 4? I've won, or is
At
it two?
least. At least.
Please.
At least.
Okay, at least. I was gonna say, like, don't you dare sass me, 'cause that's
Please.
factual and math.
Please.
Oh my gosh, that makes sense. So on Nate's stream on Wednesday, I said that my favorite fraction was 3 out of 4, and I knew there was a reason. And now I remember. It's definitely that's how many matches I've won against you. And
You,
the fourth one, like, come on, like, nah, like,
you said your favorite fraction was 3 out of 4 because it's your win-loss record against me?
no, I didn't know why, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's definitely it. It's like it's your reminder how superior you are to this little runt.
That's the thing, though, is you're not a runt. You're a mastermind of
You're
war.
the runt. Shut up.
Yes, I am agreeing with you.
No, I don't even know what happened because how many games have you played before though?
Of like Warcry and Frostgrave?
Yeah.
None. I learned it with you.
Oh, that's what I thought. I was gonna say because you come in and you're like you're the war game guy, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take him down, whatever, and then it's like, oh,
What I'm excited for is when we are familiar with these rules and see you're missing a part. You're missing a very fun part where you need to build your list and make a strategy like a magic deck, right?
yeah,
You need to put together your own list, and I don't know what's coming,
okay.
but I'm gonna build my own list, right? I kind of just put together standard lists and had them prepared, but that is a whole extra layer. So when
That's
we're
like
really,
it's
when,
a chess kind of strategy mind game.
yeah, so you know when we really get into the thick of it, then we'll really see who's the
All right.
runt.
Yeah, all right. I just hope that you're prepared. Hammy, you got to unleash your inner Lee chick. Bring the hoodie to the game next time, says Rabbit Burner.
my inner my inner
Belly
Belichick, yeah, like the Bill Belichick is coach, and our game. Remember, I had the headset and the
yeah.
hoodie and the clipboard.
And you kept chewing the gum.
Yes.
Fun times. I think that was like right before this whole thing happened. Like that was the last big thing I remember in the office happening before lockdown.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the last things we did.
I remember we were even thinking about not doing it too, maybe. Or maybe I'm making that up. But I don't know. Scary times, dude.
I think it was like something might have been switched around. I don't know if it was because of this yet,
Well,
but
we
maybe it
had
was.
3 set up. We were able to finish the one.
Oh, that's right. There was with the schedule we had to kind of cut off
Yeah.
the March Madness. Yeah, we did do that.
Um, is there a trick to keep it from drying up, says Denth28?
On this palette, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Right,
you don't have your wet palette.
right here, I have a wet palette. It's basically you can make the same thing out of a short Tupperware. Put paper towel, fill it with a little bit of water, and put parchment paper, like baking paper, on top of it. It's literally the same thing as this. It's great for almost everything but dry brushing. You test it on a wet palette for dry brushing because sometimes it is fine. It's okay because it will keep it from drying out. Unfortunately, on this palette, as it dries, it's going to dry brush really well, but then it is going to dry out really fast. So
DMN game says no, no wax. Wax is water repellent.
no wax. Yeah, the parchment paper is it's basically wax paper without the wax is what it is. It's basically the reason you use it is because there's like little holes in it, right? It's like kind of porous, and it's enough for the water and the wet palette to come up. but not enough for the paint to soak down into it. But the wax layer will keep any moisture from going through it, so that's why you don't want that.
Oh, cool.
But here, you see I've mixed a pretty large amount, and that's pretty much just your best bet. It is going to start drying out around the edges, so if you want it a little wetter, it's going to be wettest kind of toward the middle. But unfortunately, when it's just out on a piece of plastic like this, there's not much you can do, and the wet palette will sometimes make it too wet to dry brush. So it depends on the paint. So test it with the specific paints you want to use, because sometimes you can get away with it.
What is too wet to dry? Like, how do you know if that happens? Do you just see that like it is
Yeah,
substantially there?
like, when you're drying out your brush and wiping it off on the towel, you want the moisture to come out,
Okay,
and the bristles are meant to hold moisture and hold paint in it, right? And so it's just gonna kind of be a headache of like getting all of them wet, because there's gonna be excess moisture in it. So sometimes you'll get all the pigment out, but there'll still be moisture in it,
right.
and then you're just
I
like
see.
doing nothing. So it's a hard balancing act. Moist, yes, in all caps.
That's Selena's favorite word, and I'm team can't stand it. What'd you have for dinner, hamster? Did you have a sandwich?
Definitely not Chef Boyardee. That'd be gross.
Definitely not ravioli.
Definitely not just a quick can in the microwave. Not the can in the in a dish. This is all hypothetical, of course.
Right.
Dump
That
out
wouldn't
the
happen.
can
Also,
right into yes.
I miss the days when I thought SpaghettiOs tasted good.
Yeah, I used to love the meatballs, and they're just like boogers.
Yeah, yeah, you said it, dude. Like I can't do it. But I mean like I can't do it, but then also it's like there's no appeal to that anymore to me. Like why would I drink that or eat that?
Your palate has
Oh,
been
chug it.
refined.
Yeah, I know. It's sad. I wish my palate could unrefine. I miss mac and cheese too. I can't eat Easy Mac anymore.
The
Nope.
Velveeta shells and cheese, though, still good.
That no, that's the best one, but I still like there's something about it that's nasty to me. It's like it's the same kind of gummy, like it feels like it's all encased in like it has like a layer of gel before you actually get to the food. Gray Raven says, "Yo, hamster, SpaghettiOs with or without hot dog chunks.
Hot chonks all day. In
Chunks
fact, in
all
most
day."
scenarios in general, if it is chonks or no chonks, I'm probably going to say chonks.
Team chunk.
Team chonk, yes.
Do you cut do you cut Chef Boyardee with like water? Or is
Nah,
that just straight from the can?
it's
I
straight,
like
just
don't remember.
straight from the can.
Okay.
At least that's how I do it. Cause I need something quick. I want something no effort.
Yeah.
Turning on the faucet is already more effort than I want in that scenario.
Jimmy Hayes says hot dogs in the mac too makes it way better. I personally disagree. I think that if I'm having a hot dog, I want to have a hot dog alone, and if I'm having a different meal, I don't want a hot dog put in it. But to each their own. Do you ever avoid a side specifically because you have to paint still, and so you want to have somewhere you can put your hands, like your fingers?
Uh, do I ever not paint a piece because a part of a piece because that's where my fingers are gonna go?
Yeah.
Uh, sometimes, yeah. Like it is tricky of how you hold it because sometimes the oils on your fingers will pull paint off. But the Dwarvenite takes paint pretty well, especially when we're dry brushing. So most of the time, it's not a big deal. But it is a kind of a instinctual thing that yeah, I'm trying to hold it on the parts that are unpainted.
And when you're doing layers this thin, it dries really fast, but like it still takes like about 30 seconds to a minute, right?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where it's gonna dry to the touch much faster than it's actually gonna cure. So you can kind of touch it and fiddle with it, but you can't toss it across the room, rub it, put it in a bag, and expect it to be intact for a few minutes, right? So with this dry brush, layer, like I can touch right now, is fine. I could have touched it pretty much right after it applied, and it'd probably be fine. Um, but for it to fully cure and be mostly indestructible will take longer. Yes. Um, and also note the getting away with more paint on the brush here. Again, takes really light brush pressure. It feels kind of like a feather duster. As soon as you start feeling like you have to press down while you're dry brushing, go back for more paint, because that's when you're going to start getting streaks and when you're being kind of aggressive with it. And also note, this isn't for dry brushing in general. The texture of the pieces really does work for you, and allows you to use more paint to kind of get this thick layer in this one go. If you're painting a miniature that has like a smooth surface, and you want to dry brush it, you really are going to want to go the route of getting most of the paint off. Heavily textured surfaces like rock and fur and that kind of thing are easier to maybe let you dry brush with more paint, like these pieces. But it's not for dry brushing in general. The majority of the time, you want to really rub paint off.
We actually have struck some controversial conversation here, it turns out.
Really?
Raven starts with, yo, peas in the Kraft mac and cheese is no joke. And then Jimmy Hayes sends emoji like this. DMN Game says you can turn mac and cheese into something more gourmet. It just takes extra ingredients, which I agree with, but then also just don't use Easy Mac. Just make your own mac and cheese. That's a totally different playing field.
Yeah, but that changes the commitment, you know?
I mean, yeah, but also I would so much rather make my own mac and cheese than make Easy Mac.
But what about those that have 30 seconds until the match on Xbox starts again, and you just have to throw it in the microwave and get it done?
Yo, they can do whatever they want. I'm not saying don't eat it. I'm just saying I can't. I also am saying you're lazy and you're wrong, but that's fine. It's fine.
I cannot honestly dispute that.
Denth28 says Gray Raven, that's gross about the peas and mac and cheese.
That sounds
Peas
good
are
to me.
best used as trash can filler.
That
I
sounds
think
good
that
to me.
sounds, yeah, it sounds fine.
Also, God knows I don't eat enough vegetables, so if I can hide it in cheese, I should probably do that.
Great suggestion for you. I had it the first time, maybe like when I was 17, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes me want to eat corn, but you should put corn in your mac and cheese. That's pretty good. It's like a nice little sweet element.
I'm down for corn.
Yeah, you should be. You're from the Midwest. Night of the Phoenix says, just don't want to get any paint chunks on it. What is the best food to snack on while painting? Asks Gray Raven.
I'm eating like high school levels of Doritos right now.
I'm eating a lot of Oreos.
Oh,
they're so good. I go through a thing a week. I have to limit them.
That's probably my two moods right there: Oreos or Doritos. Am I salty or am I sweet?
I can be your angel or your devil kind of thing.
Wait,
one shoulder is Oreos.
Selena, you're having Doritos delivered? That's
what?
Fancy Doritos. What about the dust? Well, I'm used to wiping my brush off on a towel, so I have an extra towel on my lap here for my fingies.
You ever get a big flavored chunk in the Doritos bag? It's amazing. I have not.
Just a big old like crouton-sized chunk of Doritos dust?
That sounds delicious.
I've heard of that in Myth and Legend. I've never gotten one in my bag.
I feel like that's what I want, like puffy Cheetos to be, and that's just not what they are. They are just packing peanuts. Oh, I see. So, wow, I should have worn my glasses. I usually eat snacks with chopsticks to avoid getting greasy or dusty fingers, says Neophoia, which I think is a great way to practice not only chopsticks, but also like your safe social distancing. Keep your hands clean. Don't lick your fingers. Don't touch your face. Oh, do you still lick your fingers with like when they have Doritos dust on them?
If I have used my hands, I have a hand sanitizer like on my desk right next to me. So before I would start, I would have instantly sanitized So in that case, I probably would. But honestly, in general, I'm not like a finger licker after Doritos. I'm normally like maybe like a quick one, but not like, oh, I have to. This is very odd. Like, yeah, I got that's my favorite part. I got to get all of it off. I
Like,
mostly
give
just
me
end
that
up,
dust, mama.
yeah, normally end up just wiping it off. Is
I
that a sin? Is that a Dorito sin, or
I think you're allowed to do whatever you want to.
there's not?
But I definitely used to be one of the, and now thinking back, I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, I'm surprised your fingers aren't actually orange right now because I never know how to get that finger dust off till like 3 days later. Wipe it off on the cat, says Gray Raven. I don't have a cat, and I don't think you have a cat either, hamster.
I do not. Why
Because
would
if
a
you
hamster have a cat? I would get chased around all the time.
exactly, it'd be like Tom and Jerry. Oh, do you have a favorite kind of Doritos?
I was just looking in my trash to see if there's a a bag there. What's the purple one? It's like spicy not. It's just called like spicy nacho or something.
Oh, really?
It's basically like a Midwest spicy, like pretty much mild, but it's enough for me. Sweet chili.
Slightly
Yes.
less mild.
Sweet
Sweet
chili.
chili.
Selena got it. Those have been my favorite lately. And that's also good for a painter because it's not orange seasoning. It's actually pretty. It's not colored very much.
Huh. Apparently, they're the only vegan Dorito.
And they're delicious.
I believe you, especially if it's slightly less mild Doritos. Like, I can take that. Gray Raven says Midwest represent. Are we going back to the blue?
Yeah, so now that I did my test patch and my mixes are pretty decent, I'm kind of just trying to get as much of this blue onto them as possible. We're just batching them.
Cool. So I guess what was one of the differences in the KS2 paint scheme that we had to compensate for with the new Caverns paint?
Um, with both the standard caverns and ice, there's just the latest paint scheme kind of has just more depth to it. The cool details are neat. Like we added the green pools to the standard caverns and that kind of thing. The casting color I believe is different. So again, that's your first layer of shadow basically. So there's just a little more depth to it. The old ones were painted like the colors are pretty close together. The schemes are a little more like a wider range of colors, so they look a little more interesting.
Selena says KS2 ice was cast in translucent, and the only paint was a white dry brush.
Right, yeah, so obviously this is like way. It just adds more visual interest. Both the standard and the ice, the new schemes just like add that amount of variance where it doesn't stick out like holy crap, but in general it's just more interesting to look at.
Nice.
Which is kind of the whole trick of designing the schemes is like how do we make it cool and interesting but cohesive.
Yes, Yak666 says, are we painting an ice cavern? And we are painting an ice cavern. Can confirm. We are painting the set from The Thing.
The set from The Thing?
Yeah, you know, like the movie The Thing.
Oh, I thought like you meant like a
Like, I was
Dwarven
just being
Forge set.
really broad.
You're just like, yeah, we're painting sets
Yeah,
from the
the
thing
set from
on the
thing,
website
we the stuff, you
from
know.
that one forge.
Yeah, that they have like something there. Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing. Is there another thing? There's more than one thing? Anyway, what kind of sandwich have you had recently, hamster? I'm gonna keep falling back on sandwiches.
Yesterday, I got a gyro.
Oh, I love those.
That was delicious. That white sauce.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of that
It's
sauce.
stinky?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. It's like European ranch.
That's a good way to put it.
Is it? All right. Oh man. Okay, I'm actually gonna grab my glasses real quick. I'll be back.
So whoever said it, you're right that now the paint's consistency is changing a little bit because it's starting to dry out a little bit, which isn't bad, but you definitely notice the feel is a little bit different.
Selena says that she hates that she can't hear your laugh.
I know, I'm sorry. Listen, my street is very busy and I have to press the button to activate my mic, otherwise we're going to be hearing all kinds of craziness like motorcycles and stuff. These motorcycles have been driving around daily, like in this pack of just roaring engines.
I hear you. It the streets seem to be a lot noisier than you would think in a lockdown, but Selena says it would be worth it. I agree, actually. Laugh, laugh, laugh.
I can still laugh. I just have to press the laugh button. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's called the cough button. Yes, Selena. Den says we are all going to put on 5 pounds, Mace, if you keep talking about food. Okay, I'll stop. It's fine. I'll stop.
I was gonna
Uh,
say, I'm glad you got your glasses. I can also just send these pieces your way and you can paint and I'll read the chat if you want.
okay, yeah, great.
All right, cool.
Great.
Well, let's go on a break real quick and I'll get these to Brooklyn
Yeah,
and
throw this little boy up. On it's actually like comedic how ridiculous this looks. I'm not. Do you see this? I have like a
that's a
huge.
cool easel.
It's yeah, it's a Frenchie's, and then I have this tiny little freaking thing. That's like a sketch. I need to go to a park and set this up, and then be like,
Yes, you actually that's hilarious.
yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. All right. A hearty chuckle at least, says Gray Raven. I agree. We need more chuckles. It is adorable. It's very tiny. I love it very much. All right. So you're doing the first step that you're doing was a dry brush kind of base coat in blue,
Yep.
and then you did white over that.
Yes, so that's a white mix with a little bit of off-white just to kind of notch it down.
Okay. And then after that, how do you finish the piece?
Um, well, so what I didn't mention is we're going to go back with the blue and also hit these pools.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And that actually should be done before the white here, so I'll go back and do that before
Great. You're
we do
just
the white side.
batching it out, I see.
But that's basically it. It's a pretty simple scheme. It's one of those magical schemes that's easy and super effective.
Yeah, I mean, having 2 to 3 steps is like kind of bonkers because I know how many different iterations and steps that paint schemes really go through. Did you come up with this yourself, or was this like the
This
same one from?
this one's Aaron. Yeah, this one's hers from Caverns Deep Ice.
Okay.
In the video, she does talk about this interference blue, kind of a shimmery blue mix, for special details. We're not doing that on these just because they're not sculpted the same with those same details, and it's just a little simpler.
I do love me some interference blue, and like there's an interference violet too, and it's just
Yes, we've used
it's
that
really
on like dwarvenite, like the actual like veins of dwarvenite.
the veins.
The veins of like dwarvenite in
Veins. I
on the
see.
caverns.
Uh, cool. It's called Her Body and Other Parties Den. So Hammy, you making more TikToks now? You talking those ticks these days?
Maybe.
Yeah, you.
I don't know if you saw that picture of me as God that I posted.
What? Oh, yes, I did. What?
May or may not be on the internet one of these days.
Oh man, I'm excited. That is ridiculous. You look so you look good. You look
That's
godlike.
kind of you to say.
Yeah. Yeah, congrats on the wig. Looks great.
Yeah,
Oh
that
man,
that that, that wasn't its original purpose, but it did. It worked decently.
what's its original purpose?
Uh, Something Kate did. I don't remember which one it was,
Oh, I see.
but that was hers.
Are you wearing a wig for your character in the stream games?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh yes.
I'm so
I just
excited.
got another part of my costume today.
Oh, and
It's gonna be revealed on the day. I'm not saying a word.
okay, fine.
Actually, well, you'll see it because I have to do my little intro video.
Okay, good. I also recently ordered the last piece of my costume, but it has not arrived, and it's not necessary, and I'm actually kind of scared that it might be too much, like a little too far.
Can anything really be too far for the costuming now?
This is pretty weird. This is pretty specific and weird, and like I think that if you have a very eclectic taste, you'll be like, oh, that's fine. But I don't think anybody else is going to enjoy it as much as I do. It's fine.
We are champions of weird at Dwarven Forge.
Yep. That uh, does not mean that there isn't a reigning champion slash overlord slash villain. I think that is pretty weird. We'll see. And
All
then
right.
Selena, I'm playing a new character. It is too much sometimes, though, Den.
So I'm just painting little patches of that are just like kind of pools or veins of frozen ice, and that's when you can kind of just salt the taste a little bit, just wherever you like. Add as many or as few as you like. Things like these round parts are meant to have pools in them, so that you'll want to hit those. But in the cracks and stuff, definitely a salt to taste scenario.
Do you ever do it with a nah? I was gonna say like with another blue too, but it's like a three-step process. Why add another thing you don't need?
Yeah, I mean you could. That's the thing that would add some visual interest. But so like you say, the thing about our stuff is when you add that step, you got 100 pieces to do it on, right? So
Yeah.
even a small thing will add a lot of time. So it will pay off and be cool looking, but it's just if you want to invest the time.
I also feel like maybe one of the great things about buying painted is that if you're kind of novice or scared to paint, you can always adjust art pieces that are already painted and like set to look a certain way and not feel threatened by a huge, massive, unpainted dwarvenite. Like you can still use it. And then if you end up hating what you do to one piece, you don't have to do it to all the others. And it's probably a really easy fix, honestly.
That's absolutely true. Like if you got painted ice and you wanted the ice to look a little different, slightly different blue, like that'd be a real easy thing to do yourself.
I'm glad you agree. How much of this blue are you adding? Would you turn the palette a little bit?
I'm just adding it by itself first, and then I'll just mix it.
Cool.
Then I'll mix them together.
Great. Have you picked up any new hobbies now that you're in quarantine?
Man, I don't need any more hobbies. I got too many as it is, and I'm trying to do all of them.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
Have you? Are you doing something new that you've never done before?
Yeah, I'm doing so much new stuff because for a while, was working like 60-hour weeks. Now that I'm down to like 40 and it's at home, yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff.
Like what?
I don't know. I bought that keytar. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that, and then I'm trying out, like, I downloaded Photoshop and I'm making memes, which is not a good thing. And I don't know.
That's
This,
hilarious. You're like you're if anyone was gonna be a prime meme maker, it'd be you.
oh, thank you. There's a lot of practice that I need to do, but thank you. Craig Keflar says he likes painting it himself personally. for Dwarven Forge, which I have a lot of respect for because I feel like when you're like devoted to Dwarven Forge, you normally have a lot of pieces and it can be really fun and like relaxing to just batch paint, batch paint, batch paint. But I feel like you're automatically like knowing and signing up, like, yes, I will do this. But then you also say that it's the hobby of like buying unpainted minis and being like, oh no, I'll paint that mini and then maybe just
Yeah.
for a while.
I mean, I got all of my Dread Hollow unpainted because I'm kind of the same way of like, it's fun to have that history with it and you are adding your own creativity to it and then you see it on the table and it's like extra rewarding. Um, but then you actually see the commitment it's going to take and you're like, oh boy, all right.
Then that huge box that's 50 pounds actually arrives. Rabbit Bernie says too many minis to paint, have to buy DF painted, and it's so awesome. So thank you, Rabbit. Did you actually paint that mini that Nate uses all the time? I always wonder. Hamster, how far are you into your Dread Hollow Forest? Asks literally Selena.
I have not broken the tape on the box.
Oh wow. Oh, that's you'll get it. You'll do it. Just like save those things for retirement, you know? They're gonna be super valuable and then you'll have way too much time.
Yeah, it's like I feel like as soon as I crack it open, I have to be ready to like do all of it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have
Like
to
you have to
save.
be I am batch painting this. Like what you have to do is not use your wet palette at all. Use your dry palette so that you force yourself into doing it. Otherwise, you'll be like, "Oh, I can save that paint for like a week or two," and then you have to go back and match it when it actually is 2 months later.
That's a good strategy. You're like, I'm on a clock here. My paint's
Yeah.
gonna dry.
Gray Raven says, "I don't like to paint alone. Even podcasts or endless snacking are usually not enough." Do you listen to any podcasts while you paint?
What I've been doing this week is I found this podcast called No Sleep Podcast, and they just tell scary stories.
Yes, I love No Sleep.
Oh man, yeah, that's been good. And there's also a lot of great miniature painting podcasts
Really?
out
I feel
there.
like it's such a visual thing. It would be hard to podcast, but I trust you. I believe that.
Well, it's more just like talking about the hobby. Like one of them, so you know Miniac on YouTube,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
love
mentioned him.
Maniac.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
great. He's from Minnesota, actually. Um, he has a podcast with his buddy, and one of the episodes was like, "What is the one invention like that you wish existed in miniature painting? Like some item that doesn't exist, like so stuff like that. I don't know, just stuff to listen to."
Yeah, I could see that. Especially since you want to be concentrating on like the visual art, but like it's kind of motivating to hear other people talk about it, so you're not missing out on an entire paint scheme video or something. Um, did you know that the little rabbit that Rabbit Burner painted is like his paint job?
Yes, that
I
thing's so
didn't know that.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any alt paints planned? Asks Selena.
Ever since I saw Dread Hollow, I knew I was gonna make it like an autumn paint scheme, but I want it to be like fantasy autumn, like extra, like odd colors in there, like maybe some like so you have like the orangey reds and browns, but like throw some like purples in there in the shadows, like really saturated, like kind of like I don't know, like the Fable games or something,
Mm,
like fantasy autumn, like magical autumn.
yes, I also would love to see that. It's just such a magical time of year, and then to see that replicated on a piece, I think it would be top notch.
Yeah.
Um, Rabbit Burner says Tabletop Minions is a good YouTube channel to listen to and watch, to listen to and paint.
Yeah, that's another one of my favorite channels. He just had like I see his channel as like a hobby philosophy channel. Like he has a lot of videos of like what do you do when you're burning out? Or like what do you
Oh,
do when you like have too many miniatures that like that kind of thing. And he does product reviews and stuff like that too, but I like those thoughts into the hobby. It's a weird thing where like certain things about it can stress you out, right? Like
yeah,
and it's this weird where it's like I'm doing this for fun, you know? So it's interesting to talk about those aspects of the hobby because pretty much everyone has experienced it of like, I want to paint, but I can't get myself to. What's going on? And then you see this video, and he's like talking about the same thing. So I like
That's
that about his
just
channel.
weird. Yeah, it's always good to like be like reaffirmed where it's like you're not being lazy and like there's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes you do just get burnout, or like if you want to do something and you don't know why you're not doing it, this might be a good reason. Or like it gives you that insight that you might just feel a block for and like not know how to name.
Yeah, and also like trends and kind of like the culture or like the some of the business side of work. Like he'll talk about like why is everybody releasing skirmish scale games? He's not like just like unboxing, you know, he's like everyone's coming out with their smaller scale games. What gives? Like it's things like that that are interesting.
Hmm. Is there a reason?
I think he talked about just like accessibility, especially for new players. Like army scale games, you need an army to play, right? You need a lot of models. You need to paint a lot of models. So I think it's that selling point, like the different market of the person who, and just in general, you know, and he goes into this like in general attention spans with social media are, you know, shrinking and shrinking. So what's like the lunchtime game you can play? I don't know. So he goes into stuff like that.
I would love to see some alternative paint schemes for City and Dread Hollow, says Denth28.
I would love, and this is something you can do if you buy uh, painted city, is like to really weather up the buildings. Really just like kind of a rundown sort of city, right? That's what I would like to do on
Good.
some of the city stuff.
Somewhere in between like the ruins, but like aged.
Right, like not burned down. Or that actually is interesting. I didn't think of that. You saying that though, if there is kind of like a burnt down corner of a building, but they're still living in it, and it's just like super tattered, and you
It's
know.
just real casual. It's like series of unfortunate events. It's
But you
like,
see that though, like a farm will have like all these buildings, and one of them is randomly like falling apart, but there's still like stuff in it.
yeah, I mean, fair. I meant more like an empty town that's like some parts are well kept, but then some like other parts are like maybe burnt down or whatever. But like the most important thing, instead of just having like the tutor and the burned down thing, I'd like to see like an actual weathered, like dirty, like mossy kind of like
Yes,
nature has kind of had her way.
exactly. That's what I would love to do. Just add a bunch of moss and grime and dirt to them.
Oh man. So when Erin had her paint stream, our giveaway was an unpainted tutor, and I think we included paint as well. And the person who won it just got that the other day. They just messaged me. So that's awesome.
Cool.
Speaking
That's
of
interesting
tutor.
timing.
Yeah.
Night of the Phoenix, I totally get that. I picked every expensive hobby that exists and try to do all of them. He's like, the best way to stay motivated is have a bunch of hobbies. That's why I'm always broke, and I feel that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you don't put your money into hobbies and food, what else are you going to actually put your money into? I tried the stock market and that turned out to be a total like failure. Mhm. Do you watch unboxing videos?
I don't watch a lot of that stuff, no. Mostly like tutorials, step by step miniature painting stuff. Um,
The good stuff.
yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. So I'm not sure why, but you can't modify the emotes when you are coming from the account. But I can hop over to Griffin Mace and I can modify an emote. And I could do something cool with Momo. Oh yeah, there we go. Anyway, that's it. The end. I tried to modify one of your emotes when we were doing the test stream and it kept coming up as a failure. This one did too. Oh, so
What the
sad.
heck?
What the heck? Any other video games you've been playing since the whole thing, the lockdown thing?
You know, sometimes when I just want to relax, I'll just do a little questing in World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, you're going back to World of War. I'm surprised that hasn't sucked you back in.
Well, it did for a while. It did for a little while. Now I'm
Okay.
on a little hiatus from it. When they released the classic version, it took me back.
Have you dabbled in RuneScape?
Oh, I played a lot of RuneScape back in the day.
I mean, like recently.
Not recently. I think my days of selling cooked lobsters in the bank are over, but
Oh, come on now. RuneScape is popping. It like there was I will admit there may have been a period of drought. Yeah, it like it may have been a little dead, but recently, now that people are at home, it there's like maybe 4 or 5 more users in there. It's kind of nice.
almost a whole
Selena's
hand.
whole hand.
There's like 4 or 5 extra people.
Oh yeah, yeah. A whole hand. I can count them on one of my hands. Selena says her high school pals are back on the rune as well. Hamster, have you painted any stormtroopers? Says Craig Kaflar. Also, happy May the 4th. Very belated, but
Yes,
May the
yes.
4th be with you.
I unfortunately only have my test stormtrooper done right now. I have them on the docket to do at some point, but I have the whole starter Legion starter box, like the Vader Luke starter, that I have to finish up. They're all assembled and based.
Do you have them available to show?
So speaking of weathering build, I want to do like a super gritty stormtrooper, like a guy who's just been in the trenches.
It's awesome. I like that you actually like did add kind of like a dirtier detail the further down the suit you went.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the fun of it. Is like I still kind of want to have some kind of focal point, usually on the face. So it's a little subliminal thing of like, hey, look up here instead of his feet, right? So you grime it down lower.
Wow.
I kind of
Ooh.
like this red Martian-y sand base. I kind of was just like, yeah, he's kind of got a green feel, so I'll just do something red because that'll hopefully pop. And I was like, oh, it looks like, I don't know, Martian sort of sand.
I mean, it's kind of fitting for Star Wars. Isn't Tatooine completely like orangish red? Am I crazy?
I'm trying to remember. It's been.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, it's bad. All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much.
We peaked. We are deleting our Twitch channel. Thank you for coming to our last broadcast. Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah, Rabbit, I feel you said would love to get into those minis, but I don't need more minis to paint. I feel like I would love to get the starter boxes because they normally come with like a quick scenario to play with a smaller amount of their miniatures. But every time I do that, I feel like, oh, okay, well then I need to be ready to commit to a whole army of them. And I feel like, you know what? I can just get like the sampler box and be happy with that, you know?
So that's what you got, sampler.
I think so. I got it as a gift, and I was like, well, I'm gonna start playing this game and get a million armies and a million miniatures, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just be happy with this. Enjoy painting them. Enjoy playing a smaller game with them.
There's a Star Wars like war game though, right?
That's this one.
How have we not played this in the office?
Well, I got it for my birthday, and then the world ended.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Well, the world said that it might open up soon, so
maybe. Definitely for wargaming, I heard. They said specifically for Mace and Hamster 2 Wargame, we will open
like, we
New York
need some
City.
more, some intense sibling rivalry. Also, you're my brother. I don't know if you knew that.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna have to talk with my twin sister about this.
I'm not gonna step on her toe. I talked to Mary. We're everything's kosher. Everything's good. Uh,
Yeah, you talked to Mama Hamster?
Yeah, I talked to Mary Edna.
Oh, cool.
Going well. And then I also did like hop on over to Anne's place while I was there, and she's like totally cool. Don't even sweat it, dog.
Anna?
Anna. Yeah, I
Hmm.
call her Anne. It's our
Right,
nickname.
right.
It's like an inside thing. You want to get it. It's a sister thing. She's cool with it.
Interesting.
Oh, Rabbit Burner has Doctor Who minis. I like that. Oh, and World War II and 2000 AD minis. Is that a game? Oh, an Alien versus Predator.
Oh, yeah, sad. I heard they just stopped production of the Alien vs Predator stuff and they looked really cool.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, good thing you got them while you did.
No, I didn't get any of them. I didn't
Talking to
discover.
Rabbit Burner.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry that you didn't get them hamster. Maybe you should have been
I
bringing a
was
little care.
I was into X-Wing. Actually, when I moved to New York City, I got into X-Wing because there was a scene here and I had sold all my Warhammer stuff. I was like, maybe I'll just get into this as fewer models. And then, of course, Obsession reignited. I stopped playing that, though. I actually painted the Millennium Falcon for my friend and gave it to him.
Oh,
Um,
X-Wing is ridiculous. The minis are pre-painted, but they beg you to paint them, says Craig Kaflar.
yeah, and you can do this cool thing where you put like a ball magnet. They come on a little flight stand, but you can mod them with like a ball magnet to make them like kind of tilty.
Oh, I think you actually told me about this
Yeah,
movie.
that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I'm just on a little pause here because I think I need to get a different brush because I've been so busy painting secret. Oh, sorry, I didn't activate my mic. I've been painting secret for
Oh
so long
no.
now for work, so
Hamster, we
I have
can't hear
to.
you.
Oh,
Hamster,
sorry, I said I've been painting for the upcoming Wildlands Kickstarter. I've been painting,
yeah, yeah. What?
so I got to change my brush because it's all worn out from painting.
It's so sad because there's like specifically a chunk of audio that keeps cutting out,
Oh,
and it's
weird.
the same audio because I feel like you can piece it together outside of that. So
Huh. Well, I don't know. I can't. Anyway, I gotta get a new brush.
yeah, go ahead, go on with yourself. While you're getting a new brush, what should I paint on this tiny canvas that I'm not going to paint? Oh, what's that? I should paint it all white? Oh, that's great. Thank you, hamster. I have my brush ready. Are you, do you got your brush yet? You,
If you want to start painting, we can make this the Mace painting stream if you want.
no, I definitely don't. I'm here to read comments to you and make you feel weird and uncomfortable.
Oh,
I can't do that if I'm distracted.
mission accomplished.
Yes. Craig Kaflar blames Nate for the choppy audio. And you know what? That's the safest person to blame. I don't think it's his fault, though. I think that maybe Hamster's headset just like wants to keep that little secret to itself.
Wait, yeah. Finley says Mace should paint hamster painting miniatures. But get my
Okay.
good side and like sharpen up my jawline a little bit.
Which one's your good side?
You tell me. This side.
I'll figure it out.
I will. Selena says I will commission this.
Okay, Selena, this one's for you, live on stream. I have my bad brushes out. Okay. All right. Hamster painting miniatures. I
Wait, is
also
this really
have,
happening?
yeah, I'll do it. I can juggle. I'm a strong woman. I can juggle many things. How many sides you got, Hammy?
Many.
Selena says 20. Is that true?
20, exactly. We counted them.
It's 20.
Trust me, they've done a full assessment of hamster. They've measured my head, the size of my head. That is a true thing that has happened.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have a big head, which is good because that
I
means
feel
that
like I don't though. I have like the biggest in relation, but do I have like an excessively large head?
I don't notice your head size. I've just been told that you have a large head, and normally actors do have larger heads. So
Wait,
it's
really?
a thing. That's what Nina said about it, and I believe and trust Nina and pretty much anything she says. So
Finley,
she
I'm
yep, you're right.
Finley, I'm definitely a natural one. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly. Before I was hired, the first question before even considering hiring me was, "Does he have exactly 20 sides?"
Wow. Um,
And sure enough,
all right. Hamster, you have kind of a like red undertone.
especially in this lighting.
Yeah. All right. Um, is there a giveaway tonight? No, there is not, sadly, Dent. We do not have a giveaway tonight. But you feel free to go eat and like come back and brag about what you ate to us because we bragged about food to you. There is a giveaway, however, great segue, on our social channel where you can enter a photo of one of your castle builds, and then you may be eligible to win one of our little poster and gate houses, which is very exciting and cool. Hamster, you're a hard guy to paint. I can't even put bristle to canvas yet.
You don't have a hamster pigment?
I do not have I didn't pre-mix any hamster flesh tones. Also, it's like mainly your brick set right now I'm kind of worried about, but it's cool. I got it. Please stop yelling at me, Mom. Um, can't buy the number, says Craig Kevlar. Nope. I can't count. Hamster, you really need to get your audio back on because I can't exist without somebody constantly laughing at
I'm
me.
sorry.
My life is really dark right now. So if you could please think of the team and not yourself in like your own audio
I'm
quality.
thinking of the team. I literally just heard a siren and was like, "Thank God I have it on push to talk," and then you said that.
Whatever. Denth28 says he already submitted his castle one, which is very cool. Very cool. Thank you. And then my palette, I'm not going with a wet or dry palette. I'm actually going to be painting on a different piece of paper. This is a drawing I did of that big, atrocious baby everybody hates. I'm going to be using the back of that for my paint swatch. Mace, you need to have a constant loop of hamster chunkling. It's true. It would brighten my life up so much. I've been begging for Hamster to drop that track, says Selena. So, Hamster, you have a lot of people who are ready to pay $0.00 for just an MP3 of you laughing. We need it. Don't be selfish.
Yeah, you can find it on my SoundCloud.
Have featuring Lady Hamster yelling at you. Well, she wouldn't yell. She could remix some Jenna Marbles stuff over it, though. That'd be cool. All right. Mace, your box got shrunk. Fixed. Thanks.
Sometimes Skype does a weird thing where it resizes you.
Sure, Skype does it.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah. What if I just the whole stream I gradually am making you smaller and smaller on the stream?
I spent like an hour and a half yesterday trying to get my video up just
Yeah.
for it to be like, oh yeah, Mace, you'll be on the stream, and then make me tiny.
Wait, hold on.
All right, so now we're mixing an orange and a red and a little bit of white to get that nice brick color Hamster has in the background. Hamster, what are you doing with it?
No. We're painting with Mace.
Smaller, smaller. Want to be tiny. My poor neighbors.
This is the secret part of the scheme.
Yeah. We really put ourselves into the pieces over here.
Best way to clean your brush.
Is to get a tiny little mace going. You know, one of these streams will have that meme thing ready, but not this stream. All right, so now that we've mixed a nice little orange-ish, pinkish color for Hamster's bricks, we're gonna just put it right on the canvas. Hamster, what's going on in your miniature world? Oh, you're Oh, you're slacking off and you're shrinking your co-host's camera settings? That's so weird.
For entertainment.
Night of the Phoenix says we've all been in the house for too long, which I agree with. Now stop moving, hamster, because I need to paint you. Oh, this is way too pink.
I'm a pink boy.
No, it's bricks. I'm doing bricks first. I'll do the little pink boy after.
Wait, you're not painting hamster right now? You're painting bricks
I'm
behind me?
painting. I'm painting the you, and I'm starting with the
Are
background so
you
that I
calling
can
me?
layer on.
Are you calling me a brick?
Mm,
I'm a
I'm not
brick
calling it dinner.
house.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're a brick.
I absolutely do need a foot pedal. It would save my life in this scenario.
What is a foot pedal?
You can get like a foot pedal for your computer, so basically like I can bind the button to talk to my foot pedal. But I do not
Oh,
own
cool.
one.
You need to get one.
I ain't calling you a truther. That is a classic Drake and Josh.
The old Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they don't like each other. Did you know that?
Yeah. What was it? So Josh had which one's the hot one? Drake?
Yeah, he was like the cool guy in the show.
Okay, yeah. Josh had a baby. Drake was pissed off because he wasn't invited to the wedding and then also didn't get a chance to meet the baby. But then after that, there was this weird like thing where he did get to meet the baby, but you could tell it was super forced and just for publicity.
So sad.
The sad part is I haven't been leaving home less than before quarantine, mostly from being immunocompromised to start with, so I don't go out to start with. That stinks, Neophoria, but I mean, hopefully your schedule doesn't seem too messed up from this whole thing then. Paint Sing says new bandidus. So go ahead and sing.
Just like that, huh?
Yeah, I did
On
actually. I learned a
demand?
song on guitar to play for you to sing to if you want me to. But I can't paint and also play guitar. I can juggle, but like I only have two hands, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do both. We need a Dwarven
I
Forge
think
karaoke stream. Never meet your
I
heroes,
know.
yeah.
I agree completely. I think the only social interaction I have outside of the office during a normal week is genuinely just me going to karaoke with the office. So, let's see. Hamster, as soon as you want to, I can do it, says Selena. Noobindus recommends newbie, to be honest. It's just so much easier than explaining the pronunciation. Okay, I'll call you noob. Cool.
Oh, Selena saying karaoke stream is happening?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, she can make it happen. That's what she says. I also have the software downloaded. Do you have Twitch Sings, Hamster?
No, I've never done that.
Well,
I feel like how does that work? I feel like it would be so laggy and stuff, or like delays between people. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not like real karaoke, but it is. So you don't really expect professional quality stuff when you go to karaoke anyway. So expect the same kind of experience, but like also add the internet. We're doing it tomorrow night. Selena, no, I have to run the game tomorrow night. Oh,
Oh yeah.
hamster. No, you don't have to play.
No, I actually want to play, but I think I'm gonna be doing my own paint stream.
Oh. Did I
But
tell you about what it yeah, I told you
yeah,
about
I heard about it. It sounds really cool. You got to pitch it.
it. Okay. So it's a game where basically you are a Kickstarter company and you try to convince other people to back your Kickstarter, and you draw from a deck of cards what your company has. Like there's a lot of different requirements, and I don't have the deck I made up right now, but like some of the cards are like like agreeable fingers, opposable thumbs, enemy, and then Selena, I don't have anything to follow up with yet. I'm gonna find a time and then we're gonna do it. I'm sorry. It's like 8 p.m.
But like, so the deck randomizes a product and you have to pitch and sell that product, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that sounds so funny.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. Night of the Phoenix says, let me tell you how many karaoke laserdisc systems I sold back in the day. Gosh, I miss doing karaoke with friends now. Me too. And then Justice Armand is here. Hey, Justice, how's your tooth thing doing? You feeling any better? But yeah, I think it will be a fun game indeed. Building Space Marine bikers while listening to Dwarven Tales, a lockdown edition, says Rabbit Burner. All right, hamster, if you were a hamster, like, describe your coat to me.
First of all, heck yeah, Space Marine bikers. I'm very fond of those models. It's actually really rude because you can just look at me and see my coat because this is I was born this way as a hamster. So I think
Okay, I got
it's
it.
I mean,
Sorry.
I'm not gonna like reveal my coat to you. It's like obviously under my shirt.
Yeah, don't do that. So what is building Space Marine bikers? It's a
Space
mini.
Marines are 40 Warhammer 40k.
Oh, I see. All right, right. Um,
But okay, so if what would be your preferred hamster coat?
it's too late. I'm already doing it. You had your chance and you blew it. So please don't talk to me ever again,
The,
and I'll give Selena this commissioned portrait.
well, here's the cartoonified version.
I can't even look at you, so go ahead and show everybody in the crowd.
Oh, never mind. I'm not logged in
Leopard
as
print
Mojo.
hamster coat, says Justice Armand.
Leopard print, like a
Yeah,
spotted hamster.
never goes out of style. I agree. I love leopard print. Underutilized. I still don't see that cartoon, but I'll pull it up for myself. That's fine. Wow, I'm
Yeah, I know.
feeling
I don't
sassy
have it on
today.
my.
It's okay. I got you. Hopefully, I haven't painted in so long, so hopefully this goes okay. Hamtaro.
Yes.
What is Hamtaro? My daughter loves leopard print. You have a good daughter, Rabbit Burner. One of your bunnies has got great taste. Hamtaro is awesome, says Justice Armand. Do you know what that is?
Yes, like that hamster cartoon.
I have never seen a cartoon a day
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my
My
life.
cousin is on it.
Oh yeah. Wow. It must be really cool to have a celebrity cousin.
Yeah, it's
You
funny.
can
Not many people know this, but he's actually a guinea pig. But he like looks hamster. Yeah. So they hired him on the show,
oh my,
and he pulled it off. Yeah.
that's crazy. Did Ad ever do a cameo? Oh, did you know it's raining outside right now?
Well, I am actually in front of a window. That's the nice thing about my desk. I get some some sunlight in here, so I know that there is an outside that still exists.
I am not aware of that. And I don't know if I believe you either.
It's all a ruse.
It's all a ruse. Oh, wait, maybe it'll work now. Okay, now I can do hamster flower crown. I wasn't able to yesterday, but can
Oh
now.
my god! Look at that. Well, that
Yeah,
gives you what the my fur coloration.
yeah, that's why I did it actually. It's actually incredibly helpful. So, what's your favorite meal been since in quarantine? Please don't say Chef Boyardee.
What would be wrong with that?
I just want you to be well fed, and that breaks my heart because it's not a good meal.
Well, I do actually know somewhat. I know how to cook decently.
I believe it.
Uh, so I just haven't out here when I'm like, I'll just eat out of a wad of foil from the deli. Um,
Reality likes pizza and KFC.
yeah,
You've been doing a lot of deli meals. You can't go wrong with a deli meal.
I haven't as much. I've been trying to just stock up and make stuff, which has led me to some interesting experiences because I made cheeseburgers of my own on the stove,
Oh, how'd it go?
and it actually turned out freaking awesome.
I believe it. I mean, how bad could it go?
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're making a burger.
Right?
We also just made tacos. We got some ground turkey. We made turkey tacos
Woo.
and got all the
Make that
fixins.
for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Yummy. It didn't feel like Cinco this year. I didn't even celebrate it. All right, and then you take your green brush and then you put it where a hamster's helmet would be.
Your green brush. So you have a brush for every color. You
Oh
just have it
no.
preloaded.
No, I just maybe. It's like you never have to wash out the paint, and that's what actually saves your brushes. It's like, oh, it's just the green brush. You don't have to change anything about it.
That's brilliant.
I know. Please don't take my idea. Um,
Already stolen.
well, it's copyrighted, so. I actually had Domino's for the first time the other day. I'm pretty mad at myself because I broke down and I'm weak and I'm a petty child, but it was delicious.
No, I'll tell you what. Like when you're trying to like not go out and not go to the store too often, and you're doing a good job. When you finally do get that delivery and just have like whatever you're feeling, oh man,
Well,
it's the best.
also Domino's has that dope deal that it's like, yeah, get two items. Each of them are going to be like $6. So
Yeah, every time I do that.
yeah, it's delicious. And
Oh,
I have
also,
some regrets, but it's only been once.
uh, I opened my Domino's app for the first time in a while when quarantine started, and I already had a free pizza to cash in.
I have a free pizza too. That's kind of like that's your guardian angel being like, here you go, darling, take care of yourself, have a free pizza. And then you're gonna want to outline his cheek fur with a black, very thin, very thin. Like if you have a pen, use that. But this will be in stores come our 50th Kickstarter
The hamster painting?
hamster painting.
Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully, we are a company that does not run on Kickstarters at that point. But maybe you know what, the Kickstarter model is doing okay.
Free pizza. It does taste better when it's free, doesn't it?
Yeah, the pizza. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know about you, but because it's free, I don't feel bad, and I like add a little extra oomph, extra cheese or an extra topping or something.
My order is mushrooms and then extra cheese, whether it's free or not. But then I always have to get a garlic cup too.
Oh, that garlic sauce. So good.
Oh, a Philly cheesesteak sounds so good. Okay, we need to stop talking about food. This is not, what are we doing? We can't talk about food. If people are hungry, hamster.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's,
You can
no,
taste the heart attack.
oh, for pizza, blue cheese or ranch?
That's a hard one. I mean, honestly, look,
Easy.
I'm down to do both. I'm down to do both. If I had
Mm.
to pick one, I think I go blue cheese. I think I would. I can see the disappointment in your face.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm like shook. Like, wow. I
Selena
think,
says correct.
yeah, but she's from Buffalo. They love blue cheese.
Called out.
Rabbit Burner says, "What's ranch?" And I'm gonna give him. Great Capilar says cranch, which yes, ranch is like a dressing. It's like mayonnaise based, and then it has dill and stuff. But it's very Midwestern, and it's delicious. And they actually don't have a lot of that in the UK. My roommate that moved there had to have me source her some. So it doesn't have horses in it. The good stuff does, but we buy it off brand.
Yeah, we find it with good horsepower.
Yeah, really, it's more cow power.
Yeah.
Power.
More dairy.
I personally, I know it's not shocking, but I am a ranch lady. Cheese on pizza, it's meant to be mozzarella.
But and here, let me be clear. If there was nothing but ranch next to that pizza to enjoy, I would be happy. I'd be a happy boy with that.
Oh yeah, and then like also you're allowed to have your opinion. I like super duper recently have just been like, who cares what anybody likes? It doesn't affect my opinion. So like, I appreciate that. I support you liking being wrong. That's cool. Just not my way of life. I like to be right all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go with.
You're so supportive.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just a really humble and really good friend.
So anyway, yeah. All right. So you might have noticed you do, and this is in the Joy Dwarven Forge video as well. On this white step, it's the same step on the stalactites, but you're just adding a little extra love, a little extra paint on those parts so that they stick out a little bit. It's the same color, same technique. You just do it extra on those areas. We talk about extra cheese, a little extra brush.
That's your little Parmesan at the top.
That's my little Parmesan on the top. That's right.
I have to keep posting this of you because I need the reference.
We were talking about earlier, it's best to have a reference, right? It's coming back around.
Yeah, it's full circle.
Full circle.
We do everything on purpose.
Right, this is totally planned.
Even when it looks like we're messing up live, it's just flavor, baby.
Yes, I mean, yes.
Man, this is tricky. Your cheeks are um delightful.
Oh, thank you.
So delightful, in fact, that we're going in with a pen instead of paint.
Yeah, so again, a piece like this is pretty much done. Pretty simple. But
Yeah, that looks great.
gonna look sweet on the table.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, there's a lot of contention about blue cheese.
Really?
Maybe I'm just not reading. I can't read, so it's kind of hard to moderate. Oh, okay, this is what you were saying. Mozzarella only on pizza. But have you ever had mac and cheese pizza?
Oh, okay, yeah. What?
Okay, so in the Midwest, ye old west of mid, there is a gas station called Casey's. And wait, hear me out. Um, so you don't think that the Midwest best pizza is actually going to be from a gas station, but like wait, hear me out. Mac and cheese pizza. And it's so good.
But only from this specific gas station.
I mean, there's a lot of places you could go to Pizza Ranch, which again, no horses, but like you're kind of like just losing your money at that point when you have the option to go to Casey's because their pizza very good. Gas station pizza, yeah, I wish I weren't lying, but it's very good.
I mean,
Justice says it reminds him of the egg salad in the episode of Futurama. That's funny.
and look, like anything else, there's bad gas station pizza. It might be hard to believe, but there's bad gas station pizza.
I believe it.
It's just cardboard and
I've
cheese.
lived it.
Right. But this actually, she's right. She's right about this.
Thank you, hamster. I feel crazy when I say that, and then when people are like, "Don't you mean Taco Bell and not Taco John's?" And it's like, no, I know what I'm saying.
Hello? Do you
Like,
know what I would do for a T. Juan's in New York City?
oh, there's one at the airport, and I think it's FDR, but yeah, I know. To get a super potato Olay,
Hello?
to quote hamster, hello,
Can someone get some Olays up in here?
excuse me. Selena said hello. Um, I tried to get pizza in Baltimore and it was a dumpster fire. Yeah, because you're in Baltimore. You're in Maryland. Leave. I shouldn't start fights with places. I don't know what I'm saying. Hamster, go ahead
I
and you go ahead and monologue for
I
it.
shouldn't start fights with places. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm full of fire.
You just pass like the welcome to sign. You're like, I'm ready to brawl.
Like, oh,
I'm ready to fight.
oh, wrong day to pick that fight, city. Anyway, I've never been to Baltimore, but I know that it sucks.
You're ruthless.
I know. I'm horrible. I'm aggro and I am competitive and I just want to be not the run of the litter, and yet here I am.
I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately. So
All I've been trying to be is some. How's it go?
I don't know. That's all I got.
Okay,
That's
it's
all I
either
remember.
get some peace of mind or somebody else now.
I think it's peace of mind.
Some mind. Okay, that's a good karaoke song. You should come to the next karaoke. I'm sure you're always hiding.
One day.
Well, you went with Kate that one time.
Yeah, that was fun.
What's it take to get you and Kate to come back out?
When I moved to Brooklyn.
I hear you.
It's just a trek.
Pick the wrong day to quit sniff glue. They had a place that sold a South Philly cheesesteak. It came with Swiss cheese and tomatoes. Almost started a war, said Night of Phoenix. Yeah, that's blasphemy. Selena's real mad you're not coming to karaoke also.
Wait, are you guys actually doing a karaoke thing?
We can. We planned on one and then I uh had a rough night. I I don't know. I ordered from a taco place and I ordered a margarita and left a nice note and a big tip, and there was enough tequila and the margarita to blind a horse. So I called her after I blacked out. But anyway, my mom said just had some delicious homemade pizza. Happy for you, mom.
Wait, they
Happy
made
Mother's Day.
homemade pizza?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's been making her own bread. She's a total hipster.
Sounds delicious.
How's Mary Edna doing? What's she doing?
Oh god, hold on, I'm being attacked. Hamster, I swear to God, if you don't join us at karaoke when this is over, it's over for you. Then it sounds like I gotta sing.
Yeah, you gotta sing. You wanna sing now?
I don't know about that. I gotta do my warm ups and my drills and my
Yeah, you can do a warm up real quick.
rehearsal.
I'm gonna grab my guitar, do a real quick warm up, just like limber up, stretch out, do whatever you gotta do. And I'll be right back.
I have some requests. Oh my gosh. Casey's better, definitely better than Come and Go.
Oh yeah, come and go pizza is not even a contender.
Bad Romance.
Selena's picking a fight with my mom. Damn. All right. Well, anyway, uh, today's RP warm up was actually character karaoke night. That sounds awesome. Oh, I saw that post. You were like, "What song would your character sing?" Do you know what song your character would sing, Hamster?
For these upcoming games.
Yeah, if your character were to do karaoke, what would your character pick?
I'm trying to think because,
It's a hard question, but it's like
like,
a really good question.
no, like, I honestly, I feel like he would just kind of be a little confused, but very excited, and just like, I don't know, he would like just kind of fat finger the entry, and whatever appeared, he would just sing incorrectly because he wouldn't know what it is.
Oh,
No, like, but in a fun way. He just like go up, like, be really enthusiastically like trying to do the thing right, but wouldn't.
right. Neofoya says we usually make homemade pizza. I kind of want some now, but making the dough for the crust takes a lot of energy. So for me, uh, so it might not. And then Selena would sing something from Cabaret in her character Dorothea. Um, there was a gas station in Iowa called Come and Go for reals. Ask Macy. It's true. Hey, Mace's mom, your daughter is asking all the hard hitting questions. And
That
then
she
Selena's
is.
calling the police. So
Oh my gosh.
on tonight's stream. I don't know all this talk about ranch and blue cheese on pizza has I don't know all this talk about ranch and blue cheese on pizza has made me sad inside tonight of Phoenix. Why is that? Why would that make you sad? I think
Maybe it's hard to get, so
oh maybe, yeah, I was gonna say like ranch and blue cheese are an uplifting thing. And also TBH, I kinda hate blue cheese.
alright, that's it for tonight's episode of Hamster Paint
Keep
Strike.
saying
Thanks
that,
everybody.
but like they're empty threats. It's not on, you dip it.
Dipping the crust is good. I can accept that.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I dip every bite
Dip
myself. I'm
the
a big
crust.
dipper, but
You're a big dipper.
I'm a big dipper.
I'm a little dipper. What's your sign? Painting like crazy, that Macy. Yep. I
Here's
don't
your
put
sign.
even my pizza, just crushed red peppers. Have you ever ordered no cheese, no sauce, left beef? No.
What?
Don't.
I've seen that. I've seen that go around the internet.
I was gonna say I have to just stop talking because I sound like a crazy person when people don't know. I only recently started using red peppers too. Yes, Justice. No cheese, no sauce, left beef. Go ahead and do a quick Google. It was just a huge sensation. I think it was to every pizza place, maybe not just one specific one, but people were just ordering. That's how they wanted their pizza, and then they would take a picture of how it showed up because it's kind of like an odd request. So it was a meme. Ye old. Ooh, ranch is a Midwest thing and might be why we look full figured, says my mom. Night of the Phoenix says, "What passes for pizza in the Midwest?" What do you? I'm gonna let you take it away.
I mean, most of the stuff I had in the Midwest is the chains, right? It's not like your local, like, throwing the dough up in the air kind of. Basically, all I had. Look, I come from a mild loving family, right? I'm more of a sweet guy than a hot guy, but you could have guessed that. So my order is always barbecue sauce and chicken.
All right.
Add a little sweetness to it.
Neither of those things are pizza.
Right, but I put it on a pizza together with cheese.
That's your go-to is barbecue sauce
Barbecue
and chicken.
chicken. Take off the
Ugh,
tomato.
sir, no.
Barbecue sauce, chicken, throw in some onions, and ranch or blue cheese. Heck, even garlic.
All right.
Oh yes, I'd probably get punched in the face if I took this to a local New York pizza place and they had the transcript. See, Crade is with me. Barbecue chicken pizza. You've never had this?
Suffer with you in hell. That sounds nasty.
Wait a minute. In Sweden, they have a chicken curry and banana pizza. I mean, don't knock it till you try it. Those are all good foods. Those are all good things. And now they're just existing together, right? I would have that.
I would try it. I don't know if I would have a lot of it. I don't know. It's tricky. That sounds pretty nasty.
Corn and mayonnaise and fish eggs? Oh man, apparently that's in Japan on pizza.
That sounds fancy. Have you ever had sardines on pizza?
No, I've only had like a sardine once in my life.
Sardines on pizza is actually pretty good. It's been a moment since I've had it, obviously, but it just makes it a lot saltier and kind of brinier. It's kind of like putting a caper on something.
Ooh, I do like capers.
Yeah, capers are 10 out of 10.
Barbecue pizza is the litmus test for one's propensity towards anarchy. That's the tell.
Wait, a kebab pizza? That sounds pretty good, actually. Oh, that's the corn and mayonnaise one, though? Yeah, I can't do that. Ew, grilled chicken and broccoli pizza? Actually, that's not as bad. I like that because you get the cheesy broccoli. And chicken's good. Chicken's always good. All right, hamster, we are almost done with your first coat.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I have to go in and add details after this. Okay.
Maybe the next hamster paint strike, you finish the painting and that's the giveaway.
Is my painting?
Yeah.
No, Selena already wants it, but maybe,
Oh.
yeah, the next one. Okay, yeah.
Maybe you can... What just happened?
Nothing. It's cool.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No,
You saw it
it's
here live. Her haunted house consumed her.
fine. It just fell. It's cool.
Oh, okay. That literally was like some
Just
paranormal
weird.
activity stuff.
Yeah, I know. The ghosts are out to get me, but it's chill. I run this joint. It did cause my heart to palpitate a little bit, but it's chill. What's like
Yeah, Knight, on some of these, there's a little bit more showing. That's kind of, you can kind of do that to taste. And again, match it to your pieces, because I think I will actually need to go back and add a little bit more on some of them. But if you have there is variance slightly among the sets. So if you have a majority that maybe there is more of that casting color showing, you know, take that into account, because I think it's a cool effect. And so as long as you match it to what you own or the look you want, you know, that's why it's casting that color. Yeah, that thin frosty look, I like that. My own stream tomorrow? I'm doing some resin dwarves that I've had for a while. Some local New York guys, this Frostgrave group that I've been in on Facebook is doing this kind of solo campaign, but together. So we're all like giving our wizard lists and submitting them, and then we're going to play through the Perilous Dark Frostgrave campaign solo, but submit our results and have this kind of persistent thing going. So I'll be using those models for that.
I mean, what's your stream called?
Oh, Mojo Hamster. It's on Twitch. You can search Mojo Hamster and you'll see that same icon that Mace is painting from. And that's how you'll know it's me.
I spelled it wrong.
I don't know. It might have to have...
I got your tags. Don't worry about it, boo.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
How do we watch that? This channel or something else? Oh yeah, that's over on his personal channel. Welcome. Mhm. So if I were to bastardize pizza, what I would do is get Alfredo sauce. No, wait, take it back. Pesto sauce. No, wait, no, take it back. It would be mac and cheese pizza. It's just mac and cheese pizza.
Look though, Alfredo sauce on pizza is also delicious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Alfredo sauce anywhere, I'm down. How do I draw your beady little eyes? Pesto pizza is also amazing. Pesto is one of my favorite sauces. I make a mean a pesto. I regret doing that. All right. Your emoji keeps disappearing.
I'm sorry.
That's cool. There's a pizza at this amazing place called the Soul Brothers that's got roasted pork belly and cabbage on it. I could see how that would be appealing, but I feel like Hamster and I actually had this talk yesterday where it's like a burrito is similar to a sandwich, but it's also so far from a sandwich you can't call it a sandwich. And I feel like maybe once you put that kind of stuff on a pizza, it just becomes like a flatbread or like an open faced kind of thing. DMN Game says, in New York, is it true that people fold pizza to eat it? Yes. Maybe not everyone. A lot of the people that live here are actually not from New York, but I don't
I
know. I've seen people fold it.
I will say I've kind of adopted that, and I do
I,
like that. It just holds everything together.
yeah, it's a smart move. Um,
You fold it up so it fits in the drawer better. You put pizza in the drawer. You get hungry, just open up the pizza drawer.
isn't your fridge just a pizza drawer?
It should be. No use having anything else in there.
Your
What
eyes
else do
are
you need?
so crooked. Sorry. Your real life eyes are beautiful. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
I wasn't slamming you. Um, yeah, okay, what is this pizza drawer? I would like to partake in that. Do you ever want to just like look at my paint setup and tell me what I'm doing wrong with my cheap brushes that don't matter?
Do I ever look at what you're doing and want to tell you what you're doing wrong?
Yeah, look. Oh, I can't bend my computer down that far. I mean, it's a mess.
No, I want. First of all, my desk is an absolute mess, but I want you to sit there and enjoy yourself. Jeez.
I'm having a great time.
Why would
Me,
I be like, okay, here's the
I wish
list.
that people aren't as big a jerk as I am.
You wanna look at my desk and tell me what I'm doing wrong?
No,
Oh,
I'll do that in my own time. Justice Armand says it's a Waco thing. The pizza drawer. There's a place the next town over from me called the Gourmet Pizza Shop. They have tons of crazy combinations. I would hope so. If it's a pizza place, they should have a billion combinations, but there should only be three that you actually order. Are your brushes standing vertically? No, but they are like on a nice incline, like a little slope. That and the Colts. Yep, that's Waco Wacko. Hamster, what have you been watching? What's little Hammy boy watching on Netflix?
I've been over on Hulu,
Oh dang.
and I watched. I've been watching Baskets.
Oh, is that good?
I freaking love it, and
Okay.
I think you would too,
Yeah, I've been told by
because
people to watch it.
Louis Anderson plays like his suburban mother, and I'll tell you, this character is so much like Mary Edna. It just makes me laugh.
I like that you call her Mary Edna. You know, those initials are just me, and I think you're making her up, but that's cool.
It's me. I also watched that new show, Solar Opposites, that the Rick and Morty guys made.
Oh, wait, that's out?
Yeah, it was out. It came out yesterday, I think.
Is
It's
it
pretty
good?
good. I mean, if you like Rick and Morty, you'll like it.
I do like Rick and Morty, so maybe I will check it out. Hey, old North. Gonna go eat din din. Have a good night, y'all, says Justice. Bye, Justice.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out.
DMN Game says to keep the paintbrushes flat so it doesn't recede into the glue that binds the bristles. See, typically I'd agree with you, but I'm not using water and I'm not caring for these brushes. Basically, these are all like stage 4 dry brushes, and I'm using them on this mini portrait because I feel like the portrait's so small, the details don't actually matter. Like you're painting for a just like a summary of a view and not like a good detailed shot.
I will say,
Yeah,
as the subject of this piece, I very much care about the details. But that's just me.
I wow, I can't remember the last time I cared what you thought.
Oh my
I'm
god.
no, I'm like racking my brain. I'm trying to remember, and it's coming up blank. Ah, so then we go into the hamster fur and we add the stink lines.
Your your
I'm
your
sorry.
ruthlessness knows no bounds.
Hamster, you're such a good sport. I do mean it.
Oh.
Well, it's okay, people. It's okay. I was being pretty
That's our
nice.
chemistry.
Yeah, we hate each other. We're siblings. Anyway, Anna and I were talking the other day too about it.
Oh my god.
She kind of agrees that you have no taste. Okay, so this is definitely like stylized,
I
but
want to see it. In fact, this should be the finale of the stream here. Let's see what you got.
are we there?
I think so. We're almost 2.5 hours, huh?
Oh,
So I'm actually been on the edge of my seat, trying to see. Oh, I can kind of see the bricks. It's looking good. I have the big view of you on my other monitor. So, all right, little drum roll. This is the finale, stream finale.
all right. Let me get a good. Is this a good lighting for it? I don't.
Oh my gosh!
Can you
Try it
see
in the
it?
lower lighting too, the way you
The
had it.
lower one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Here, I'll tone it down a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. You have my mic stand and everything. Look at that. Wow, I'm just gonna shut off my painting camera. Hold
Whatever.
up, here, Maze. Hold on. You're the star now. You ready?
Oh, you're making me big now? Do I get to be big? Yeah! Wow, this is the best Friday of my life. I'm honored. I'll take this time to actually try more work on the art. I actually call it bold and brash.
Bold and brash.
Yeah. You know what that's a reference to?
No.
Oh, it's SpongeBob. It's when Squidward has that painting when he's a teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that now.
And they're like more like belongs in the trash. See, you can see where I tried to use the paintbrush to do the black parts, and it didn't work out well. Anyway, how's Ice doing? The whole purpose of this paint scheme.
The ice is doing well. I mean, we finished a couple pieces, so We have the style down. We've matched it, and it will be coming to KS2 very soon.
Great. Well, thanks for all the compliments, everyone. Thanks for joining me, Hamster. Happy to
This was
have you
fun.
back.
You know
Camera.
what? Who knew talking about food would be so fun?
Yeah, who knew? Who knew people liked food?
Yeah, people, like, lots of people, literally everyone in the chat said that they eat food. Can you believe that?
I can't. I'm flabbergasted. But thank you for tuning into the stream. We have another stream on Monday. It's going to be a build of the month. You can join Selena and Nate at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're doing it a little bit earlier just so that, you know, the UK people can kind of get in on that. And then on Wednesday, we have another On the Anvil every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then the following week, that Monday, Hamster and I are going to be in a game together, which I'm so excited about.
We'll be in full costume and everything.
Full costume, totally new characters. Like, no, I'm revved up.
Me too. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah. And besides that, if you guys want to enter for a chance to win a poster and gate, you can enter our giveaway on our social media channels. It doesn't matter which one you actually go to, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or any of that. Just reply to the original post and follow those instructions. And then we have another giveaway on our Facebook fan page, which is once we get to 1,000 fans, we are going to be giving away a signed prototype piece. It's a Dreadhollow Forest piece, I believe, and it's pretty exciting. And then I think that's all. Check out the pre-order if you'd like. Check out the Joy of Dwarven Painting if you need more tips and stuff. Hamster has a stream going on tomorrow. You want to plug your stream a little bit?
Yeah, sure. If you follow Mojo Hamster on Twitch, I'm going to be painting some dwarves I'm going to use in a Frostgrave campaign. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, so check that out if you're interested. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This is a lot of fun. It's always fun having you all in the chat to interact with, so thank you.
Yes, it's my favorite part of the job, actually.
I think I'm going to order some pizza after this. I'm dead serious.
Hell, I envy you. I wish I could. Save a slice for me.
I will. I'll put it in the drawer. You'll find it.
Fold it up. No creases, though.
Alrighty. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.